Okay, so we will be applying what we learned from the last lesson, which is finding the slope with the given points. So let's be reviewing this. So this was, oh my, okay, that's not good. Okay, this should be better. x1, y1, x2, y2, right? So we just apply this to this formula. So that would be 2 minus 2 over 6 minus 1. That'd be 0 over 5. And we all know that if you divide 0 by 5, that means the answer will be 0. So this slope of this points are a 0. That was not articulatable. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. 1 minus 3, 2 minus 7, negative 2, negative 5, 2, 2, 5, because the minuses cancel each other out. So it will be 2 over 5. x1, y1, x2, y2, 6 minus 9, 2 minus 3, negative 3, negative 1. So the answer will be 3. The slope is 3. x1, y1, x2, y2, 8 minus 9, 2 minus 1. Negative 1, 1. Slope would be negative 1. So it's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, now we are going to graph the system of inequalities. And this is also pretty straightforward. I just want you, just here, just to note that if you have these inequality signs, that means the lines will be like this. If there's no line, the lines would be dotted, right? And also, inequality signs like this, you shade to the left side, right? Because it opens to the left. And the inequality signs that open to the right, those will be shaded on the right side, right? So I'll show you what I mean right here. Okay, x equals negative 5. Negative 5 is right here, right? And since, right, there's no line underneath the inequality, it's going to be a dotted line. So, like that. Okay, and for this one, it starts at 2, right? But this one has a line underneath the inequality, so which is the less than or equal to, right? So this will be a full line, not a dotted line like negative 5. And look, this one opens to the left, right? So that means we're going to shade everything on the left. While 2x is less than or equal to 2 is opening on the right, so we have to shade everything on the right. Okay, let's do this one. x2, same thing, right? It's the same thing, so just doing the same thing as on the previous question. And then 3 is less than or equal to y, so since it's y, we have to going to do on the y axis. Okay, and this one opens up to the right, right? So that means you shade on the bottom. Okay. Okay, so this one is getting slightly more complicated, but it's not that bad. Okay. So we're just going to do what we did last time. X is greater than 2. Dotted line, remember? So dotted line opens up on the left, so we shade to the left. Okay, for this one, you can just think of it as the equation, right? So y equals 2x minus 1. And if you have to draw the line for that, well, it starts at -1, right? It goes up 2, up 1, up 2, up 1, up 2, up. Wait, not here. It's not this one. Okay, it's like that, right? And since it's a less than or equal to sign, it's not dotted, so the line would be like this, basically. And this equation opens up to the right. So we shade to the right. Okay. Okay, x equals 4x plus 1. X equals 2x plus 3. Okay, this one starts at 1. We go up like that. Then like that, right? Like that. So this is a dotted line, so we will just go on like that. Opens up to the left, so we shade to the left. Okay, this starts at 3 this time. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. This is also dotted, so okay, let me use a different color this time so I can see it properly. Sorry about that. So this is the dotted line for the second equation, right? This one opens to the right, so just gonna shade to the right. Yeah, it kind of overlaps, right? That's okay. Okay, for this one, we have to find the equations, the inequalities for these. Okay, so this is pretty easy, you know? This is on the y-axis, so y. Actually, let's make this fancy. Let's make this fancy. Y. And because this is shaded to the top, that means it's opening to the left, right? And there is no line underneath this because it's a dotted line. And that's 4 right here, right? So this is just this. Y is greater than 4. Okay. This is also y because it's on the y-axis. It's a straight line. And this one opens up to the right because it's less than, right? It's less than, so it goes down. And this one starts at, so it's -1, -2, so it's -2. Not so hard, right? Okay, this one's just a little bit harder because of the slope, but we should be fine, right? It's good. It's gonna be okay. This one is x, right? Because it's on this, it's vertical. A vertical line is always an x value. Okay, this one opens on, yeah, this is less than because shading everything less than this number. So that would be 4, right? So this line is shading everything less than 4. That's what it's trying to tell you. So that's not that hard if you get to know it better. Okay, for this one, it might look a bit hard, but we already graphed this before, so we'll be okay. So y, okay, y is greater than or equal to, because it is shading everything above the line, so it's greater. And since it's not dotted, that means it's a greater than or equal to an equality sign, that means there's a line there too. Okay, we're going to find the y-intercept, which is 3, right? Plus 3. And then what's the slope then? What's the slope? Well, this is 3. You can just see the slope here. There's a pattern, right? The points. So it goes up 1, across 2. So that means it's 1 over 2x. Not that bad, huh? Okay, we're going to do our final parts, our final questions. Okay, let's see. Let's look at this. So let's just say this is 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, so we won't get too confused about this, right? Okay. Well, first of all, I can tell that there will be no y-intercept because this crosses at 0. We don't need to add 0. So y is greater than or equal to, let's see. It goes 1 up and across 1, right? So it's just x. For the blue part, let's see. Well, this also has a point at 0, so it's just finding the slope, basically. So y, it's also greater than or equal to, right? Since this isn't a full number, like 1 over 1, we can just make it up, you know. It didn't give us an exact value about it. So this will be half, this will be a quarter, right? A quarter. So this will be 1/4 of the number. So it's 0.25. Okay. Yeah, so it's basically 0.25x. Yep. That easy. Oh, wait, okay. Don't do what I just did. Okay. It's a dotted line, remember? So there's no line underneath this. It's just that, because it's a dotted line. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do this one. Y. Well, this one is less than or equal to. Oh, I had to stop doing this. Okay. Why aren't you working? That's so weird. Okay, well, that just erased everything. Okay, so y is less than, okay? Because there is no line here unless it's a full line like this, not dotted, okay? Oh my god, Lord save me. Okay, this one starts at 0, so there is no y-intercept. Okay, let's just assume 1, 2, right? And 1, because there's a 2 over here, so we can assume that it's every 2 lines that it's a 1, right? Then from here to here, what would be the slope? Okay, well, it goes down. So this is, I mean, that's 1, 2, so that's negative 0.5, right? And this would be negative 0.25. Yeah, so it's negative 0.25 over 1, basically. So it's negative 0.25x. Okay. For the red part, okay, this is, I keep saying okay, okay. Okay, why? Why? Since it is a filled line and it's shading upwards, it's going to be greater than or equal to. Okay. The slope. Let's find the slope. So from here to here, let's say. 1.5, right? So let's just estimate like it's just 0.5, right? Okay. Well, it goes down 0.5 and then it goes across 0.5. Then you can just safely say that this is, well, negative 0.5 over 0.5. That just simplifies into -1, right? So y is greater than or equal to -1, basically. That's what it's saying. Okay. So I hope you get this, and I hope it wasn't too hard. I hope you learned a lot today. I don't think you did. This is a pretty bad lesson, but never mind. Okay, thank you.